talk a little bit about, you know, how you saw me on this journey, Mom.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, can I say how much I worried about you from the time you were 3 years old?
Of course, because I was your baby and I always followed the rules.
That way.
Welcome. Come on in. This is my mom's house, the Pond Mom's house. I'm Greg Wittstock, the Pond Guy. This is my channel, Greg Wittstock, the Pond Guy. And my mom and her husband, Randy, are out in the backyard right now. We just finished having lunch. And I want to basically vlog how people live the aquascape lifestyle. And here they are, living the aquascape lifestyle. Truly, my mom is my biggest fan. And it's because she's literally been with me for 36 years since I built my very first aquascape ecosystem pond. Enjoy in the backyard.
Hi.
This is my mom's husband, Randy, big Cubs fan. And this is my Pond Mom, probably my biggest fan, definitely my biggest fan, Mom. And one of the reasons that you're such a big fan is you really, truly enjoy living the aquascape lifestyle.
I've never had a home without it.
Right.
Yeah, really.
Since 1982, when I built my first pond for my pet turtles.
That's right.
My mom was supportive.
After those pet turtles escaped from your upstairs bedroom pond,
That's how it all started. So
flooded our living room.
So Randy, you kind of married into this pond
I did.
but you really dig it. I mean, like, this is a real hobby for
absolutely.
you as a retired lawyer. This is where you get some of your sanctuary.
Absolutely, and this is really a focal point of our home, from inside
of our
and out.
lifestyle.
Yeah.
Totally.
I don't know how many hours and hours and endless hours we've sat on this deck and that table, had dinners out there, grilled out. But one of the things that I think is most unique about your water feature is how this deck really basically surrounds 3/4 of it. And it's really because the water feature in the yard is an extension of your house. I mean, this is your master bedroom right here. You open up and you walk 2 feet out, you're in a chair right next to it.
And those waterfalls put me to sleep every night. Yeah, I love it.
That's not a bad thing to fall asleep to.
Yeah,
at
that's
night.
terrific.
And
It
Randy,
really
at
is.
nighttime, this thing blows up like a Christmas tree.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
It's a fairyland.
we love the underwater lights. You see the fish moving around.
Now, this is not the first pond that my mom had here. What year did we actually build the very first one?
2005 it was.
Okay, so in 2005, of course, when you remodeled the house and you and Randy got married, you moved into this house, we put a pond in for you, and then you wanted to make it two things. Bigger, and Randy really wanted the moss rock.
Exactly, yeah. We saw those probably at a pond walk, maybe.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. They have a lot of character to them. They're very interesting.
So we had Wisconsin granite before that. When we made the pond bigger, always, even for my own mom, she still wanted it bigger. We took the granite out, just put it to granite in the pond, and we used moss rock. And then you made me do the addition. So let's go look at the addition over here.
Okay.
So a much bigger living area right here. So usually you said you had your coffee in the mornings there and your drinks in the evening up there. But when you entertain, this is the rest of it.
Exactly.
And here's what my mom, this is so classic, my mom, she's like, honey, I want to be able to see the waterfalls from my kitchen area since you make such good food. Right here's her kitchen. So right outside the kitchen area, we added a waterfalls. So this was your request, Mom, right?
Yep.
So here was the waterfalls. And then of course, because this is my mom and the water feature is never done, was it like 2 years ago?
No, I
Maybe
went on
not
vacation.
even.
We were gone for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And we came back, and I was in the kitchen at night, cooking something or making a drink, I don't know. And I look out and I see these bowls that were like lit up, and I go, oh my gosh. I called for Randy because he was upstairs. I said, look what Greg did.
That was a great surprise.
So when she was out of town, when they were out of town, I came in and she had always loved the bowls.
I do.
So
I
here's
still
a new
do.
addition. So now we even have a higher water drop here. We've got the waterfalls over there. We got the waterfall over there. And the fish go back and forth. I mean, look at them right there. They're going right back and forth here. And so this extension not only allowed the pond to spread around through the back of the yard and see it from all the different houses. I mean, just look at the angles. Every window in this house faces this backyard.
Yeah, the next addition that we want, though.
Yeah. Oh.
Go and tell them about the Dindias.
Oh yeah, yeah. Our neighbors want a lazy river running from here through their yard.
Of course. But that's kind of actually a good segue, because how many of the neighbors and people come over and actually visit your house
And buy a pond
Yep.
because of this.
So what I love about this is every angle's different, and your grandkids.
My grandkids love going in the pond, playing with the fish, trying to catch a frog, especially in the spring where the little tadpoles
Yeah,
come.
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
they just collect them
And
all.
they bring their snorkels sometimes
yeah,
and masks.
snorkels. Yeah, they bring their snorkels and their masks.
So many times when we're designing a pond, we're always designing it as close to the viewing area as we possibly can. This particular section of this pond, here's a stamped concrete patio. And we wanted to bring that pond right up close to that patio as far as we could. Now there's two ways to do that. Often we try to make it look like the pond actually took a bite out of the patio, and we'll cut the patio out and make it look like the pond's been here forever. So the pond was here first, and then the brick and stuff was cut to fit around it. In this case, there's no way I'm cutting through all this concrete and getting it to fit just right. So I don't want to take the pond right up next to the edge of this concrete, because you're going to take the stone from the pond and the concrete from the patio, and it's going to look cold and harsh. It was really important in this application to leave a 6 to 8 inch buffer so that she could plant the sedums that soften the transition from this product here to our stone in the pond. The same pond also has unique edging with this deck, and let me show you what I'm talking about. So this is the other part I'm talking about. Anytime we see an existing deck or get the opportunity to design a deck around a pond, it's so nice to give it that cantilevered look, right? So the deck actually hangs out over the water. The only thing that we have to be mindful of are the supports that are going to happen for this. So right about where I'm sitting, there's obviously a post. There's going to be another post over here, and then I can bring this water and dig this out so it actually cuts underneath. The idea is to hide the stone from the drip line of the deck, giving it the illusion that maybe this water comes to here, maybe it comes to here, maybe it comes all the way back to here. Anytime you get that opportunity, do it, because it gives the pond much more of this dock feel, or the viewing area much more of a dock type appearance, and it allows you to actually kind of get in here, dangle your feet in the water, and a nice place to sit and relax.
So Greg, do you remember the time when I said I wanted this extension put in the pond and maybe another waterfall, and you go, oh Mom, you know, we're
Yeah.
so busy, and we've got a big building.
Oh, I know what you're
shed
gonna say.
aquarium.
Yes.
I've got 11 contractors coming in. I can't get to it. It's November next spring, Mom.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. So 4 days later or a week later, what was it? We had this big gala function that I'm somewhat in charge of. He comes in, he says, Mom, I brought 11 contractors and we're going to dig your pond.
That's right.
In November.
Yeah.
And the whole area was just mounds of dirt and mud
Yes.
and contractors and cold. And I'm saying, oh, I got to get into a gown in about 24 hours. And what are we going to do with all this? You know?
Yep. We got it done. And now I'm going to say my favorite thing. And my favorite thing about this pond is the wraparound deck that lets you get right up and close and personal. There's so many great elements, but I'm going to say the deck and how it integrates with the water feature is my favorite part. What about your guys?
I agree. Of course, we put the pond in first, which enabled us to put the deck
Yep.
over the rocks and really bring the water into the house in a
Yes,
real way
yes.
from the viewpoint.
Yeah,
So-
and I have one more project for Randy. We curved all these decks because I wanted to cover up the
Yep.
stamped concrete.
Yep.
And now I'm wanting to get rid of all the stamped concrete.
Oh my gosh, there's always something with
Yep.
her.
Yeah, and we're
Because my
not in
next
agreement
husband-
on
So
that.
Randy's idea on retirement is if you've got 5 things to do, you got a week to do it. Mom's idea is 5 things to do today, what more can we give you tomorrow?
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
And
we
who-
still get
yeah,
along.
and aren't you just like that?
And you like to say to my mom that she is?
I say, you are your son's mother.
Right.
And my wife-
I'm very proud of it.
And my
Two of
wife
a kind.
says, you are your mother's son. So it's done us quite well.
Yeah, it has.
Hey, so tell us what your favorite is. This is a beautiful water feature. You're going to see a lot of great footage on this. But what is your favorite aspect of this? Comment below. We lovingly refer to you as the pond mom because you gave birth, I guess, technically to an industry. Because when Aquascape started, there was no
Sure.
professional
Give me the
professional
credit.
water feature builders out there. So talk a little bit about how you saw me on this journey, Mom.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Try to do it in like 2 minutes.
Yeah. Well, can I say how much I worried about you from the time you were 3 years old?
Of course, because I was your baby and I
Yeah,
always
no,
followed the
not
rules.
that way. Like, well, yeah, you never followed the rules.
Entrepreneur, baby.
No, you never followed the rules, and you were a tough kid growing up. I worried about what the heck Greg was going to do in his life because he was good at lifeguarding, but
Well, I had a thing called attention deficit benefit. It
Yeah.
served me quite well, but it didn't really focus me in school.
right. So at 12 years old, when we moved from New Jersey, Bedford Lakes, New Jersey, to Chicago,
Yep. 11 of the pet turtles in the back of the
you
station
dug
wagon.
a pond for your pet turtle, and man, I loved it. And I can also remember that cow trough and that garbage can in our yard, but we just let you go through it because it was creative.
The products that the products
got you out
yeah.
doing something.
I was never good in school, but if I could work with my hands, I really enjoyed that. And being able to work with a garbage can and turn it into a skimmer because my pump was getting clogged in the bottom of the pond, and my little filters that I bought because every filter at the time was made for hobbyists, and making a giant one out of a 80-gallon Rubbermaid cattle trough. My backyard became my classroom, and you were always supportive. In fact, when I first started my business, I remember I went to my mom. She was the very first person I told that I thought, I think I can do a business here when I was a 20-year-old kid. And I knew exactly what my mom would say. She was like, oh, that's so sweet, honey, because she was always supporting me.
Oh,
Little
I loved
did
it.
you know,
I
though,
loved it.
little did you know, though,
what?
what it would become.
Yeah, but you were good in school and something, and I'd like to get that on record.
Okay,
You were
gym class,
no.
okay.
You were excellent. You were an excellent writer, and
Writer,
I was
yeah.
very proud of that because I was
Yeah,
an English
because
teacher.
English teacher.
The only problem is I would have to go to parent-teacher conferences, and they say he loves to write and he's very creative, but he never puts a period at the end of a sentence. Remember that? I remember
That's
that.
kind of how I live my life, just one big run-on sentence. Yeah.
And you do
But
it. It's
you know what?
continued.
But you know what? I found what I loved early. I was able to turn my hobby into my profession. I want to help other people do this, which is why I get so inspired to train certified aquascape contractors to get more kids like me that don't want to sit behind a computer or a desk to work with their hands. And for me, that's what brings me joy. I think the greatest satisfaction in life, and that's saying something, the greatest satisfaction in life is helping someone else reach their fullest potential. Mom, yeah?
I couldn't be prouder of what you have created. I would never have imagined it, but I'm full on board with what you're doing for this industry, with this industry, and for all the contractors that you've brought into this industry.
Like I said, my biggest fan. And thank you for helping me reach my fullest
Yeah, thank you
potential
for acknowledging.
by yeah, but seriously, Mom, you are one of our favorite customers because you love your pond. You are the pond mom. You are always there to support me,
Right.
and this industry would not exist if it wasn't for you. So
Oh, thank you for that credit.
I love you, Mom.
Thank you. We've got
Yes,
that on tape,
we've
right?
got that on tape. You just got to remind me of that when you want me to do one more thing in your pond and your yard and everything else.
Right.
But
The lazy
no.
river?
Yeah. What furniture do you need moved? What do I got to do right here now that I'm here? I love it.
Yeah, good.
You talk to so many people, Mom, that come here. I mean, what do your friends say about this that come over?
Well,
I
I
think they're
think-
blown away.
Yeah.
They are blown away, and they have no idea it's here from the street.
We have
obviously.
a regular
They come back here
neighborhood, you
and
know, it's just a regular, very old neighborhood, ranch houses.
1950s houses.
Yeah,
Those-
but you walk in the back here and it's just like a
It's our-
botanic garden.
But you've been a lifelong gardener, Mom. This is not Randy's hobby, but he's really embraced this with you. I mean, this is part of literally the way that you guys connect.
The other thing of it, it's so private because Randy added those white pines
Yes.
and, you know, blocked off like a lot of the old scraggle trees over there. And then it really has grown in to be a very private setting.
That's probably 60, 70 feet to the neighbors, but you can't see them.
No.
You have a good eye for landscaping. Talk a little bit about your flowers, you know, how you design this. I mean, the fact is that we added that planter, but you know, you have your impatiens planted right in the water, you have your ginkgo tree, you have your maple.
Every year we go on a pond walk, we
Yeah.
seem to discover something that's neat and that we want to incorporate. And this year it was the impatiens.
Yeah.
I can't remember which house it was, but they had them right in the waterfall.
Even as basically a lifelong pond owner,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
still finding new things you can add. And the water and garden showcases, we do them every July all over the country, our certified aquascape contractors. So if you're thinking about an aquascape water feature, go to a pond tour or a water and garden showcase and talk to the owners that actually live with them and ask them about the maintenance. And for the first time ever, this year, 2019, we're doing an international water and garden showcase. So check the listings on our website. We'll put a link below for the International Water and Garden Showcase. I love my mom. I love my job. I love her husband, Randy, who's fit in fantastic in our family. And this is how you live the aquascape lifestyle.
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe, and follow along and see cool people
Cool people.
living the aquascape lifestyle.
All right.
We are.